Morning, Miss Elena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. It's a little bit cold here. It's rainy days.
How
How's
cold is it?
there? How's there?
It's cold here too, like 0 degrees.
0 degrees? Oh my God.
Mhm.
It's just 20, but you know, Asians 20 is weird. All right, first thing first, I want to say thank you so much for this time. I hope this work. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm so sorry for that.
That's okay. You sound great.
Thank you. Anyways, I have 5 questions for the interview. It's about culture shock when you are in Indonesia. How long you've been in Indonesia?
I lived there for 1 year.
1 year in Malang.
Yes.
Malang is actually cool too. Like, right?
Yeah.
I've been lived there for 2 days and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, not as cold as America right now, but it is cold there. Yeah. The mountains.
Do you go somewhere like in the mountain or?
We went to Bromo, Mount Bromo.
You ride a horse there?
No, I just walked.
I have planned to get there the end of the year.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I hope there's no rain when I'm there. It's super cold. Well, oh, right. Can we start it now?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. First questions. Have you ever been going abroad or encounter with foreigners in certain of times? Could you tell me from which country and how long did you encounter with these foreigners?
Yeah. Well, when I lived in Indonesia, like I was the foreigner, but the culture was unusual to me in Indonesia, and I lived there for a year, so I encountered a lot of Indonesian people.
Do you have planned to go back to Indonesia one day?
One day, yeah.
Just for walks?
When go ahead, what'd you say?
Just for holidays or vacations?
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to take my my boyfriend to Indonesia and show him. So someday.
Sounds great. I hope you come to Semarang and I can be your tour guide here.
That would be fun.
All right. Thank you. Let's that the second questions. Did you experience a culture shock during the time you were communicating with the foreigners? Please tell further what culture shock did you experience when you are in Indonesia?
Yeah, I think I did experience some culture shock. Sorry, it's my cat. It was, I think, most difficult was the language. That was a shock. I did not speak Indonesian when I arrived, so I had to learn while I was there. And jam karet was a shock. In America, there's no jam karet. Like if the meeting is at 9 a.m., then the meeting starts at 9 a.m. So that was a shock to me.
Understood.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard with the time in Indonesia. Sometimes people be on time and then the others do not come yet. That's why we cannot start.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I showed up early because in America you show up early to everything. That's considered polite. And then I would always be waiting for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know how it feels. Sometimes people from Indonesia come on time and then they're waiting so long, and then the next day they didn't come again just because
Yeah.
oh my god, I don't want to wait, something like that.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Oh, it's yeah, people almost all people do that. That's why it's hard for us to start it on time.
Hmm.
Well, the third questions, how did you feel about these culture shocks you experienced with these foreigners? Did it affect your relations with the foreigners?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a shock, but I expected it. I expected the shock because I was moving to another country. And so I knew that it would be a shock. And so while it was difficult to adjust, it was not unexpected. So I think that the culture shock sometimes did affect my relationship with people, mostly because I was confused. And that makes it hard to connect with people when you're confused. But only a short time, and then I understood, and then it was good. So
Is there any awkward moment where that's happened?
um yeah, when I lived in Indonesia, I lived at the school. And sometimes the janitors at the school would come to my room to clean my room, but I was in my room and they
Oh, I
would not,
see.
they would think that I was not in my room. And so they
They
would
just
just walk in.
they just open
And
the
so,
door and then in.
yeah, yeah. And so I had to say, like, and I don't know if that's culture shock or if they just there's just misunderstanding, but it was really awkward because I had to say, like, you cannot walk into my room, you have to knock because I am there. And sometimes I'm like getting ready or I'm not, like I'm wearing my pajamas. So that was awkward, but otherwise it was mostly okay. Yeah.
Is actually, I think that person has a problem with the knock the doors or something, because
Yeah.
yeah, in everywhere we have to knock the door first before we in other people's rooms, right?
I think they assumed I was teaching because it was during the school day.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
No, if during the school's day the rooms should be locked.
it was locked. They had a key.
They had a key. Okay.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a really culture shock for me. I'm shocked too for people
I
just
know. I was like,
walking in. Wow.
yeah, I know. And I was wearing my pajamas, so it was not
Yeah.
appropriate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel awkward too. Must be awkward too at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And they didn't speak English and I didn't speak Indonesian. And that was awkward as well to try to explain, like, please knock. So I had to use my phone and do translate.
Okay. And
Yeah.
mostly in Malang, people talk in Japanese too, right?
Yeah, I never learned Japanese.
And
Yeah.
some people who are speak in Japanese, mostly they cannot speak Indonesia. So it's
Yeah.
complicated, more complicated.
Yeah, that's so true.
Oh, I don't know, it's awkward experience.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to the 4 questions. What the solutions did you finally come up with this culture shock, and how did you finally adapt to it?
I think I asked a lot of questions to understand better. And I think I learned a lot of patience in that, like knowing that no one is trying to confuse me or trying to make me feel awkward, that it's just a misunderstanding. So I learned a lot of patience, and learned to like take a deep breath, and like everyone in Indonesia is so nice, like unbelievably nice. And I know that no one wants me to feel confused. And so I just remembered that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of us, we try to be nice to all of people around us
Yeah.
because sometimes you should be super sensitive when you are foreigners, then you come to another country, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to experience have a culture shock to another country, not in Asian country, but in a Europe or Americans. Uh, because in Singapore or Vietnam's also has similar with us in Indonesia.
Yeah. In some ways, I think that's true. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And the last questions. What lessons learned you have got from that culture shock?
I think the biggest lesson I learned is don't assume anything. And that everybody, even in the same culture, everybody sees things differently. And now when I live in America, and I meet people from other countries a lot because I live in a city with many immigrants, many immigrants from Africa usually. And when I meet them, I just don't assume that I know anything. And then I ask a lot of questions and learn about them. So then that makes less misunderstandings.
I feel the same. In my office, there are, I think, from Indian, and they
Mm.
speak differently with us, and then cultures, and I need to adapt with it too. Where are you living right
It's
now?
hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I live in Minneapolis.
You moving
Minneapolis.
from Iowa?
Yeah, I moved in May.
Oh, so you moved because you were working right now.
Yeah, I was in school and I graduated with my master's, and then I moved to Minneapolis, which is in the state of Minnesota.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I saw you different background today. Like
Yeah, this is my new living room. Yeah.
most of people in America live alone, right?
Sometimes. Last year I had a roommate, and now I live with my boyfriend and our 2 cats. So my cat was walking here, but
I have cats too. This in here. I hope just sleep. I don't know. My
oh,
cats will sleep all day.
my cats are always walking in front of me and like on my neck.
Cute. That's
Very naughty.
male or female? The
2
cats.
females.
2 females.
Mhm.
Oh, first thing, when I just got my first cats, I got 1 females. Then now it becomes 13. Like
13?
so,
Oh
yeah,
no.
so many cats here. And try to lock my door.
Oh, because your cat is not spayed.
Yeah, no. My mom said
Yeah.
no, just okay. It's human. It's animals' nature to have a kids,
Mm,
and most of
yeah.
us
And
love animals.
mhm. That's another cultural difference because in America, it's very, very common to spay cats. Mhm.
We want it, but we just say, feels like, oh, they want to feel it, so just it's okay gitu.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want male cats outside
Oh,
because then you have to, because if the cat goes into heat, then the male cats are outside and I don't want to
yeah, I see it.
send them off. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, what time is it in America?
It is 6:52 p.m.
6:52 p.m.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. How so it has around 13 hours difference from Semarang.
Yes. Do you know about daylight savings time?
No, what is it?
So in America, in November and in March, I think, the time changes. So we, on Sunday morning at 2 a.m. in the morning, the time changed to 1 a.m.
Like,
because they want to make it lighter in the morning and darker at night. Because in America, the sun sets early in the winter and late in the summer. And so on Saturday, the sun set at 5:30 p.m. and today the sun set at 4:30 p.m.
oh, I see. It's almost same with most of fourth season country, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, you froze.
Yeah, it's just
Okay, you
I lost
froze,
my
but you're back.
connections.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
That's
you.
okay. Okay, good. Good.
Oh, now
So,
the winter time is usually you have a longer night and shorter days.
yep.
Is that any effect with the daily working time?
No, no. So the working hours remain the same for people who work inside, but many people get what's called seasonal depression. So they get really sad because there's no light.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can feel it. It's just rainy days here, just got cold and feels like I want to sleep all day, but I have to work.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Except here, when it's like 0 degrees and your hands are numb and
Yes.
the sun sets at 4 o'clock. Yeah. But yeah, you know how like when it's raining and cold and you can't feel your hands.
Yeah, I feel it. Just
Yeah.
but the one thing that I always amazed with a four season country, I really want to know how to feel this real snowflakes. We have snowflakes, but it's just
Yeah.
playground.
Playground, what do you mean?
Like people made snowflakes from the ice.
Oh, yeah. We call it fake snow.
Fake snow.
Hmm. I think we're talking about the same thing. But yeah, it's really beautiful to watch it fall, but it's really, really cold. So
And
it's
how's your car if the winter? Like they're usually outside, right?
yeah, it's just really cold.
It's freeze.
Um, no, it still works because gasoline doesn't freeze. But and none of the mean, sometimes. So it's actually not 0 degrees. We're talking about Celsius, right?
Yeah.
So it's not actually 0 degrees. It's like, I need to do the conversion because in America we use Fahrenheit, just the other temperature. 1 second. So it gets really, really cold.
I was wondering, it's hard to open the doors from the car. Like they are
Oh,
afraid.
does that freeze? No.
And then the engine, is that okay?
So sometimes, so in the winter in Minnesota, it gets negative 35 degrees.
How could
And
you find groceries or something like that? You go outside?
you just wear like lots of hats and scarves and big coats. But when it's negative 35 degrees, sometimes the cars won't start. So then you have to take another car in front of it and use cables
Yeah.
to hook up the cars and then jump them. Yeah.
And the tire, you have different tire or just use casual tires?
Some cars have snow tires that are thicker and better for the snow, but some cars don't. They're very expensive. So it depends if you have money.
Oh, my friend has a problem with his car right now, and he live in Boston, and then this is the first month he live in America. That's a big culture shock. We got snow or something, then the car is locked, frozen, just stuck there, and they don't know how to use public transport. But
Oh
I
no.
suggest him to just try to find on YouTube, and then you can do it. That's something like that. But until now, I think the car's engine, it's still not working.
Where is your friend?
Boston.
Boston. It's yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's something wrong with the car because it's not. Yeah. That's a bummer. That's very difficult. Boston has really confusing public transportation.
As a crowded place,
What's that?
Boston is a crowded city, or
I think so. I think so. Yeah. It's not as crowded as New York, but it is kind of crowded. Yeah. It's a big city.
oh, I see. It looks like Samara in Jakarta. Crowded city.
Yeah, it's probably really similar to Semarang. Yeah.
Okay. So, what was your schedule after this? What is your schedule after this?
I'm calling, so my boyfriend's birthday was yesterday. So we're gonna do a video call with his family to talk about his birthday. Yeah.
Anyway, happy birthday for your boyfriend.
You froze again.
I still hear your voice. Can you hear me?
Are you back? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. By the way,
Okay.
happy birthday for your boyfriend.
I'll tell him.
That's great. Is he your friends, or where did you meet him? Is college friends or something?
No, we met on a
I lost my connections.
dating app. Do you know what that is? I think it's my internet. I think my internet's not good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, from the dating apps.
Yep.
I feels like it. Live in pandemic for 2 years, and I get culture shock for back to the real situations now. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I'm sorry, it keeps freezing.
Oh, no worries. I just want to say thank you so much because you joined this conversations. I hope you will always healthy and happy wherever you are. And yeah, have a great day, Miss. Have a good rest
Thank
too.
you. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day as well. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
I'm very happy to talk to you. That's great.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fun. Okay. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.